is Chloe and Amira from Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTube, and it is that time of month. It is time for my collab with my name twin, Makeup Therapy, and we will be using these two palettes from Cosmic Beauty. We're going to be using the newest one in the arsenal, the Smolder palette, and we thought we'd add a little dark gothic glamour by using the Gothic palette. So if you want to see the look that I create, you're in the right place, and you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Can you believe September 1st already? This year is just trucking on by, but we're heading towards my favorite season, which is a spooky season. And yeah, so I thought these would be the two to use this month. So Manuela from Makeup Therapy was using the Smolder palette. She did her video up on, I believe, Thursday or Friday. If I remember, I will put a link to her video as well as mine using the Smolder palette. It is definitely a pretty neutral one. I'm not sure if she was as happy with this palette as I was, but we are both Cosmic Beauty fans. So I thought we should give this, I know I love it, but I thought she needed another go. And I thought the perfect pairing could be the Gothic palette. So this is the only one that's kind of weird in the sizing from their palettes, but this is the most adorable palette. So I thought this would be two, so I suggested to her and she said, let's go for it. So these are the two we're using today, and then trying to do my first fall look at the season. So when you look at the Smolder palette, here you are. It is very smoldery with some hits of color. Like, look at that. It is very, very pretty. It is definitely more of a neutral daytime to maybe a coffee date to an evening look quite palette. And I thought mixing it with this gorgeous stunner, which came out, I believe it was last year. Time is going fast that it could have been the year before, but here we go. Here is the little Gothic palette, and there is, like, this is a more purpley pink to the one that's in there, but I thought these two would kind of really go well together, and then that way it gives a little bit more choice if you want to have a bit more color, and then use some of these for blending, darkening. The blacks from Cosmic Beauty are amazing. So yeah, I thought this way she can dip her toes in again with this palette, which I've been really enjoying, and then adding a little bit more of this. So if she leaves a little bit more heavier here, it is what it is. So we're going to play with these. And then another thing is I was ordering something, and then I thought, and at the same time while I was ordering it, Nakia Joy had released her cheeky liquid blushes. I have been loving this so much, so I wanted to show it to you as well. And now I wish I bought all the blushes. Wait till you see. It is pretty fabulous. So, but we're going to do, as usual, we're going to do our eyes first. That's where our focus is. And then we will do a quick base after, and I will showcase that beautiful blush. So for the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our P. Louise Rumor 2 base, and we're going to pop that onto our eyelids. Grab myself a little mirror here. And, yeah, start with the huge. Whoops, that made some funny noises there. So it is a very hot day today. Today I've been keeping it very, very mellow. I just did a lie-in, watched some Coffee and Cults. She just did a deep dive into The Biggest Loser. I never really watched the show. I think I've seen one episode, and it may have been, or episode or two, but I think it might have been more of a, because they would do some one-off sort of things, like maybe more of a celebrity one. Can't remember, but I know I did watch at least one episode of it. But yeah, so it was on the hosts and on the show, and you know, and it went on for, I can't even believe that, it's for 17 seasons. So anyways, I watched that deep dive this morning, did a teeny chore or two, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to film my video, and then I can spend the rest of the day relaxing some more. So that was kind of my Saturday plan, and my Sunday, my friend and I, we're going to do a little bit of a road trip. So there's this restaurant we've been wanting to go for brunch, but every time the day we seem to be able to get together is a Sunday, and that place happens to be closed on Sundays. So I went through our list of all different brunch places and coffee houses and things that we wanted to road trip to. We found one that's going to Squamish. So it's about an hour and a half away from here. It's between here Vancouver, and then kind of like North Van, Squamish, Whistler. So it's like if you're heading towards Whistler to do some skiing or snowboarding or that sort of thing, it's on its way. So it's a cute little town. It has a train museum. It has a mining museum. It has a really nice market. I don't know if it'll be open when we go. But anyways, I haven't gone in a few years, probably pre-COVID, but it's a nice little town. And they have a brunch place called the Cranberry Cafe. So I thought, since our other plan fell through, I'm like, road trip? Should we go here? And she's like, let's do it. So we're going to get up really early. We're going to go down. And if we get there early and it's a bit busy, then we could maybe put our names down to come a little bit later and do some adventuring, or we go in right away, have a beautiful breakfast and coffee, and then do a little bit of adventuring before we head home. So there we go. My friend Amy is my cat mama friend. So we usually do all the cat things together. We like trying new places for brunch, and we like to do Christmas markets together. So that's kind of our shtick. So there we go. Okay, so let's go here. So we're doing smoky, we're doing a fall. So I think we should start with a black, I think. So we can either use a chemistry from here, or we can use, oh, this one has a little bit of sparkle in it. The one is called Gothic. Okay, so this one is sparkly with somewhat purple. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into chemistry in the Smolder palette, and we're going to use that shade first. As per always, I have absolutely zero plans of what I want to do. You would think at this point I would finally learn and kind of plan something out, but I just never seem to get there. So we're going to be using our Cosmic Beauty brushes. I have one set. I should have bought the whole set as a set. I bought them singly, so I think there might be one I don't have or one that's duplicate. But anyways, we've got 6 brushes from the purpley set here. There was another set that I was eyeing that they had, but it was sold out the last time I was there. So we'll keep an eye out, because as we know, this is the only brand I'm trying to buy from at the moment. So we're starting with chemistry. I'm going to tap that off and start with the outer corner here. I've already started a teeny bit of Halloween shopping. I've decided this year I'm not going to do too much, but so my friend's daughter, who is one of my favorite people on the planet, wanted for her birthday to go to Build-A-Bear. She does Build-A-Bear every year. Build-A-Bear came out way after I was a child, so it wasn't sort of a thing that I was into. And then I think when it first started, I don't think my godkids were really into it, so it wasn't something we really ever did. So anyways, she's been doing it for, I think, maybe it's like her 4th or 5th year, somewhere buying bears. She couldn't remember, but she likes doing the bears. They have a birthday bear, and then they sometimes have specialty ones. And since her birthday is in August, they already had some of the Halloween stuff out. Now, she wasn't feeling well by the end of the day when we went to go build the bear, so she just bought the bear to stuff later, which hopefully she's got done now. But you can buy, if they have them already made there, you can buy them. So I picked one that I want to buy. Oh, let me go grab it to you, because it's just really, really cute. It is right over here. Alrighty, so I've got this little bat bear here. I did keep the shirt. It came with jeans. When they had it standed out, it had running shoes on, little jeans, and it had this shirt. First I was going to buy the whole set, and I'm like, don't be silly. But I did like the wanna hang, and his name is Nosferatu. So I had to have him. And the other day I was at PetSmart, and then for $6 they had, so Nosferatu has a friend. They're both kind of black and, oh, more gray and purple. So aren't these so cute? So anyways, I had to have them. So this is my Halloween for this year. I'm trying not to buy too much stuff. So we're just going to put these photos down here for now. But yeah, I just could not resist. So I guess it's the child in me still. So yeah, and apparently at Build-A-Bear, technically you pick out the body. It's unstuffed. You go stand in line up. There's a little heart. Apparently you do wishes, kiss it, the heart goes inside somewhere, get stuffed, you can name it, and pick out clothes for it. Like, it's quite to do, but yes, I'm an adult that still loves stuffed toys, but I didn't feel that I had to go through that whole thing. So I was really excited that you could actually, if they had them pre-made, you were allowed to buy one. So I did that instead. And plus, I rarely go out that way anyway, so it was, yeah, I hemmed and hawed. I wasn't going to do it at first, but then we went back in to look at something else. And then, I don't know, I think that conversation came up, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, from anyone that's in here? And she's like, yeah. So Sure enough, I picked me out a bear. Or a bat bear. My friend's daughter got the same one, so should find out if the last I saw them they hadn't gotten it done, but I think they were supposed to get it done this week. So there we go. There is chemistry. And when I last saw them, we were at Summerween, and my friend has a Summerween. She wants to do it every year. The first one was last year, so this was Summerween 2. So there we go. So we've got just placed here, I think I am going to do a rounded out look because I think I do want eyeliner. I did bring an eyeliner, but I could change my mind. Anyways, there is, I see no fallout. So tapping on the hand helps. And I find that usually with Cosmic Beauty, I don't have too much. Sometimes with the shimmers, I will sometimes see if I go a little bit too ham, I'll see a drop or two, but for the most part, we're doing pretty good. All right, so let's see what we want to do here. So now if we do the focus on this one and then do some shimmers from the other one, we would be looking a pretty purple heavy, or we could do the more matte shades from in here and then pick a shimmer from here. I'm really, because I really do like this one here. It's such a deep, look at that, so delicious purple. This other one, that one is called Powerful, and this one here that is called a Nocturnal is also absolutely stunning. Look at that. So I'm thinking, because I'm kind of liking those shimmers, I think we're going to do the shimmers from here, and we're going to do the mattes from here. And plus, like I said, I've been really quite enjoying this palette. So what I'm going to take for the matte shade, that's the one I just used for the black. Okay, I'm going to start with the shade that is called Infinite. So it is that pink one there. I may have already used this shade before, but here we are. Okay, so we're trying to do this fall-like, but we are going to be doing a lot of purple. I think the lighter purple would go nice on this, and then the darker towards the middle and to the outside. So are you a fall fan? Are you into pumpkin spice everything, or, you know, chai lattes, big woolly sweaters, chunky boots, fall colors of orange? Oh my gosh, Glaminatrix, somebody posted a video of them using, I don't know the name of the palette, it's one with the orange cover, the orange shade in there. Oh my gosh, if I wasn't on a no buy for makeup, oh my gosh, I would so get that. So beautiful. I love them. I actually was using my one and only Glaminatrix palette that I got gifted the other day. It is one of my favorite palettes. But when you're poor, use your collection. Plus, you don't need to buy everything. You don't need to have everything. Also blend out a little bit with the shade here that is called Kindle. So that is that shade. Is it going to do Kindle or should we do Sky? Yeah, we're going to do Kindle. So I'm going to do Kindle here, and then I'm going to just blend that out along the top and get a little extra color, and then we will decide what we're going to do for our lash line, if we want to use a different color. And just because it's fall, you don't have to have shades like orange or whatever. You can make a bit of a pink fallish as well. I think we are going to go back into a Gothic, and we're going to pull out one of the dark purples for the shimmer, or for the bottom lash line. So we're going to go into the shade that is called Alter. So we're going to take that shade there, and we're going to do that along the bottom. We might add a little bit more black to darken, but let's start do a little bit of Alter. I have two of these. I really like these flat ones here from Cosmic Beauty. All right, so let's use that along the bottom. Yeah, so I've already been starting to book up my October for all the Halloween shenanigans. There's already a countdown at Man Farms for the pumpkin patch. I guess because I'm not a hot weather person. I don't like to be super cold either. I like to be an even temperature. That's why I think I like autumn the best. For earlier in the season, it's still a bit warm. And then later in the season, you get those nice blustery walks. My favorite is when the sky is kind of dark. It looks like it's going to rain, but it's not raining, and the wind is whipping. Love to go for a walk in that. That is my favorite. Alrighty, so we've got some ultra placed below here. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. Try and get some to the water line a bit. Alright, there we go. So we're trying to do smoky and fall-like. So there we go. So I'm thinking I am going to go into the other black in here that has that little bit of purple sparkle, which is the namesake Gothic, and I'm going to pat that over the black we did on the other side there. And hopefully we don't get a lot of fallout. This thing's a shimmer is where I do occasionally get fallout. So, yeah, there we go. Because we can darken the black a little bit and just get a teeny bit of shimmer. I have to say, this little Gothic palette is one of my favorites from Cosmic Beauty. And I think probably, funnily enough, Muse, which is also a pretty neutral one, I quite like from them, which is shocking for me, because I definitely do like color. I do like every one of their palettes that I've tried. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of Sensual here, and I'm going to actually put that up to the front a little bit, because I think I want a little bit darker there as well, but not quite black. So Sensual is that kind of grayish shade. Now for shimmers, we're going to go first for the purple, so back into Gothic we go. We are going to go into, yeah, so we're going to do Nocturnal first, and then we're going to put that more to the front. Oh, that's such a pretty color. Yeah, see that kind of pinkish shade goes really good with this shimmery shade. So, nice. And then we are going to go into the shade that is called Powerful. That's that one there. And such a nice soft putty formula shimmers in here. And also such a beautiful color. And then we're going to put that onto, I'm going to take a little bit on the phalange. Ooh, it's so pretty. Just pat it a bit more there. See, it has that nice progression. All right, and then on the other side, well, since my phalange's in there, let's pop that on there. The other that's nice thing about Cosmic Beauty, it works with the finger or with the brush. But I find if I pat it in with my finger, I get, with most shimmers, a lot more staying power. Though I've never had a problem with the Cosmic Beauty ones, the shimmers breaking at all. So I have to admit, that's probably one of the reasons why I really like this formula. So there we go. That is purple, dark and fall. And now for the inner corner, we do have some nice shimmery shades in here. Like we've got, I think it's Obscure, that has a little bit of purple to it, but I think we're going to go back into Smolder here, and then I think we're going to go into, yeah, so we're going to go into the shade Ignite. It looks blue, but it does have some pink, so I thought that might be fun in the inner corner. Worst case, we could put something else on top if I decide I don't like that. I'm just going to use this brush because it has a bit of a point on there, and I'm going to go into Ignite. I'm going to gently pop it in the corner here. Okay, there we go. I think that looks good because it's not too bright, like as in white. Okay, so before we finish up the eyes, let's do a little bit with our face here. First, make sure we have no fallout. No, we're good. Okay, so another thing that I have been using is the e.l.f. Skin, the sunscreen, but it's, how I like it, the silicone, so it also makes a very good primer. There we go. I know there's lots going on with e.l.f. at the moment, but I can't afford to waste stuff, so we are still using, I don't have a lot of e.l.f. products generally, I like some of their skincare, and the putty primer is basically what I mostly use. Tried other things, but just so much makeup out there. I try, like now I'm really trying to just get down to the nitty gritty of just using things that I know work, that I like, and try to cut my collection, at least especially like face stuff. Eyeshadows and highlighters and blushes are going to be a little bit harder, but things like primers, mascaras, skincare, lip balms, all that sort of stuff, I'm trying to keep to just things that I know work. It's not like they add, but they don't show a lot of times except for foundation. So if I can just cut that down, that will help with my expending. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna wait a sec. So we're waiting for a sec for that to dry. I can just quickly go in with my Juvia's Place brow gel and then just quickly brush out my brows while that is setting a little bit. So those can dry as well. And then for foundation today, I'm just using the Ordinary. There's usually two different versions. This one is the serum foundation, the lightweight one. This is in 1.1N. I do good with 1.1N, and I also do with the 1.1P, which is the pink one. That one actually does okay for me as well. So I'm just going to put a few drops on my sponge. I'm going to place it, and then I was watching Bailey Syrian a few weeks ago. Like, I mean, I've been watching for a long time, but just kind of really paying attention to what she was doing with makeup. And I really liked how using this flat brush really put on like skin tints and stuff for her. So I've been doing that as well lately, and I kind of like it. So I'm just get this in really, really well. I still finish off with the sponge to just like push in the last little bit, but I'm actually really liking using this little flat brush. It's from Lois Cosmetics. Yes, from Lois Cosmetics. I really miss Lois Cosmetics. I don't know what's going on over there, but nothing's been going on her Instagram for a while. So I do not know if she's not doing makeup anymore or if she's waiting for the muse to strike. What am I doing this? And what I like also about this serum foundation, it is really light. I didn't bring any concealer because I think I'm just going to do the lightest foundation today. I finally got my hair to a blonde I like. See how long we keep it. I have to cut the ends a little bit. But I find that using bleach baths actually help because my roots are pretty light, so I don't have to do a full bleach. A bleach bath seems to do really well to get my natural color out, so then I don't have to do as much bleach on the ends, but from the first getting out of the black, they're a bit rough, so I think at some point I should cut it a little bit. But here we go. All right, so that is all done. We're going to quickly do our little bit here. Oh, that's my Cosmic Beauty sponge. So the thing is, and I've been cleaning it. I have cleaner, and I know it's mottled, but that's one of the reasons why I like using darker sponges. You don't see the stains from the makeup in there as much. All right, so we are going to be using that Nakia Joy blush pretty soon, but we're going to go and put on a little bronzer. We're going to use the Bronze Whip here. This is from Penny's. Oh, it still smells so good, like coconut. So I'm just going to add a little bit of color. It was gifted from Sylvia. Oh, I was so mad. I didn't know she was going live. And I rewatched it and repeat, but she was going live with another gal. I'm like, oh, I miss seeing your face. But anyway, she was on it, had gifted me this a few years ago. Still smells good, still good, works. Would I say keep cream products that long? Not really. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Follow the expiry dates. Alrighty, so there we go. And right, so I'm going to set everything using Nakia Joy powder. So this is the Velvet Brightening Powder. It's a kind of a pinky shade. I usually really like lavender ones. My favorite had been the Fenty one, but this one, smell and formula-wise, this one has surpassed my Fenty one. I still have some of my Fenty lavender one, so I use that in between. But I do really like this one. The smell especially. I think Nikia should make a perfume out of this. The smell of her setting powder, because or like those like sprays, body sprays. There we go. I would totally buy it. It smells so good. All right, there we go. So we are set. So now we can have fun with the blush that I was telling you about. So she released a new blush. It is the Cheeky Liquid Blush. I do like me a liquid blush. This is in the shade Playtime. And yeah, I feel like, yeah, no, I was buying something for somebody on there on the website, and I was just like, oh, on there. She has new blushes, try them. I have the powder, I have a multi-chrome eyeshadow, single eyeshadow, and I have a like a loose glittery yellow shadow that I like. I wore that on Thursday, so love it. But since we're doing Cosmic Beauty today, we couldn't do that, but I can use a couple other things that I have. And I have her sponges as well. A couple of her sponges that I really like. So anyways, this is the shade Playtime, and it is very buildable. So you need to work a teeny bit fast, like not super, but a little bit. So like don't let it sit too long, but look. And then it blends in so nice. So that's why I just kind of put a whack on, because it is buildable. You can put a little bit, but it is also so blendable and smooth that even if you put too much on, it doesn't take too long for you to blend it beautifully in and not worry about it. But the one time I did both cheeks, and then I was playing a little bit more time on the one cheek, and then I had to really work because, oops, the applicator, I could see the applicator mark. So yes, that's what I'm saying. You have to move super, super fast, but you want to at least have start of the blend, so you just don't leave get those marks on there. But the color is so nice. It lasts all day, like all day. Like I got up, I had to get up at like 5:30. I was putting on makeup at 6. I worked late, and then I wore it till the evening. Like it was like, I don't know, like 18 hours or something on, or 16 hours, something crazy, and it was still beautiful. So if you are a fan of Nikia Joy, she has a great YouTube channel. I am trying not to watch too much makeup content these days because it stops me being super tempted. But I do go back and I watch her videos every once in a while, especially if she's doing she does a lot of good stuff with foundation. She has oily skin, I don't, but I like to, especially if there's a foundation I'm checking out or one I know about, I like to watch people with dry skin, oily skin, normal skin, combination skin, just to see all the different reactions and how things work. And I like things, especially if they work on all different people, that they can make it work, then it's kind of like, So anyways, there we go. So it's a beautiful color? I'm glad I took this one. She had a really nice orangey one too. And I was like, oh, I wanted that. But I have so many, so I thought, okay, let's try one that's slightly more, has a little bit more of a neutral feel to it. Mauvey neutral, which I don't have a lot of. I have a lot of orangey ones and stuff. So I have been absolutely loving this. So if I end up panning this, then I'll rebuy it and buy a couple other colors as well. I think I really, really enjoyed it. So look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so that is the Nikia Joy Cheeky Blush in Playtime. Alrighty, and then for highlighter, we're just going to use a little P. Louise. So I've got the P. Louise one here in Hollywood Hills. So I got that in a Christmas box, I believe. And then we'll finish our eyes, and I do have I think a pretty good fall lip color. This is really intense, so I'm going to have to do a little blending here. But I do really, and I got a brush for that. And then if I wanted more powder, if I needed more powder, I could do that too. Alrighty, so Hollywood Hills, P. Louise. Alrighty, so for the rest of our eyeballs, I do have an eyeliner. Just wondering, do I need maybe a little on the lash line before I put some mascara on? I finished the Juvia's Place liner that I hated. I finished that one on Thursday, but this one I really like. So the other one will be in my empties for the end of September. Okay, there we go. Just to add a little bit along the lash line, a little bit of dark. I don't think I want to wing though today. It's shocking. Just on the lash line. And then for, oh, one other thing that I am that's e.l.f. right now. I was looking for brown mascara, so this was the first one I tested. This is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I've been using it for a couple weeks now. I quite like it. I do have a CoverGirl one as well that I'm going to test out next, but I do like the little wand on here. I don't, so far, I've not stabbed myself in the eyeballs with it, and it doesn't get flaky or anything, but it is a little harder to wash off. I have to say that. I was picking so much mascara off the day after I'd washed, and it was still like, oh, there's still some on there. So this definitely does coat. So if you are looking for a brown one and the drama isn't a thing for you, because it is affordable. I like to try the one from Thrive, but it looks so good. It's supposed to do amazing, especially if you have very few lashes. But $36 for a mascara, I cannot. If I was doing that, I'd be wearing the Charlotte Tilbury mascara, which I really like. Always, if I can get it on points, I have one extra bottle. If I can get it on points, you can get the little tubes. They're like that big. It would last for a good chunk of time. I will always get those because I really quite like the Charlotte Tilbury, but for mascara, for something that can dry out and you can only use for a certain amount of time, $36. A little bit crazy. Crazy, I tell you. All right, there we go. Oh, I'm liking this. Silky, purple. All right, now for lips, I do have, oh, actually, let's quickly spray. This. I'm excited. I'm almost finished my Urban Decay, and then I have a Pete Louise one to try. I've never tried their setting spray. I was gifted it, and I can't wait to use it. Okay, so for lips, I have, because we're doing Cosmic Beauty, so I pulled out one of my Cosmic Beauty shades. I just grabbed one at random, and it ended up being in a color I thought would work for fall, so it was great. So this is Ginger Snap. It is actually one of my favorite shades from this collection here, which was the Halloween collection, I want to say. Halloween or Christmas. Because you can think Ginger Snaps as in Ginger Snaps, a fall cookie, or you can think it as Ginger Snaps, the werewolf teen movie. Which are good movies, by the way. I like the second one, too. This is a great, I love this formula. It smells really good too. It's a nice emollient formula. Doesn't make it feel like your lips are drying out or anything. Let's see here. Let's see if we can give ourselves some bangs here. Go like so, and then you can actually see my, I don't know if I did a video since I've colored my hair again. I don't think I did. So there we go. I finally got all the, I think I got pretty much all the orange out. This is a little bit more in yellow. This is more like a darker blonde. It's a little bit lighter on top, but I don't mind. But yeah, there we go. And we're going to get ourselves a little bit purple in here. And then let's bring our friends back out so we can finish up our first fall look. So we've got my little bears. We have got my Cosmic Beauty. So here we go. Here is my first fallish look, and I'm so glad to do that with my name twin. I can't wait to see what Manuela does. Very, very excited. Hopefully we picked some different in colors. Most of the time we do. We see things quite differently in what shades we pick, but every once in a while we're kind of like, hey, that's kind of the same. And yeah, and then just again a shout out to the Cheeky Blush from Nakia Joy because I am absolutely in love with it. My other favorite, which is also more of a balmy one, is the About Face. So I have two that I really loved this year. A balm one, which I think is more for summer, and then this one here. So anyways, please do check out Makeup Therapy, my name twin. See what looks she creates with the Cosmic Beauty. I can't wait. I'll share it too, so I can make sure that you remember. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends and do fall looks together. As always, behave, make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.